Hi friend, my name is Ayanda Vuyogazina Mgoduka. I am a life coach. I work specifically with survivors of emotional early childhood neglect and abandonment. And I want to share with you today that you are worth the inconvenience. When you have experienced neglect, abandonment, rejection, especially from your parents, your immediate family, the people you expect to love you and accept you and receive you with the most love, to be able to welcome you the most, to go out of their way to make sure that you're okay, that you feel worthy, that you feel seen. When those people don't receive you in the way that you expect them to, it's so easy to assume that every other person that you meet going forward in your life also won't. It's easy to expect that you yourself are not worth the energy, the time, the effort. You become programmed to expect rejection. You become afraid to ask for help. You automatically discount or dismiss your own needs so that you don't come off as, needy or inconvenient, or just requiring energy. And in you doing that, you negate the opportunity to experience the very thing that you're yearning the most for, which is love, effort, acceptance, belonging. I want to re-highlight effort above all else, because your need to have someone sacrifice for you, to have someone show you that they not only will go out of their way, they want to go out of their way for you because you're worth that. All right, let's take a quick break. When you are anticipating rejection, abandonment, or neglect from the people in your adult relationships, you rob them of the opportunity to show you that they love you. When you don't ask for what you need, when you don't want to inconvenience people, the people who actually want to love you don't get an opportunity to do that to the best of their capacity. And I'm not saying that everyone you ask is going to trip over their feet trying to help you, trying to go out of their way to assist, but you will meet a lot of people who are willing, who have the capacity and the desire to love you efficiently and effectively. And if you have been primed to not accept that, to actually reject that, because the people in your early life didn't want to accommodate you, whether they didn't have the capacity or the desire to accommodate you and your needs. If you take that belief, if you take that conditioning into your adult relationships, you create an imbalance where the people who love you, they are going to lean heavily on you. And because you're silent about your needs, they're not going to know, one, when they've taken too much from you. And also they're not going to know when you need something from them, because you haven't learned, you haven't practiced speaking up for your own needs. And part of the journey of healing from rejection, neglect, and abandonment is learning self-advocacy. It is no longer acting out of the conditioning that told you that in order to be loved, you had to be accommodating, you had to be quiet. You had to be well behaved and convenient to love. No one is convenient to love. Okay, you can't, like, have you met people? Have you met people? And I'm sure if you're anything like me, you're a person who wants to give, who wants to go out of their way to show other people that they're loved, but you have the hardest time being on the receiving end of it because it makes you feel guilty. It makes you feel inconvenient. It rings off alarm bells in your nervous system, in your body, in your mind that say, no, don't ask for anything. And you just kind of like suffer in silence, one out of just habit, because we learn what we can and can't ask for based on what the people around us obviously are able to accommodate. And so if we haven't practiced being able and allowed to ask for help, it's not your first go-to. It's something that you kind of have to like practice doing. There was this kind of running joke among my friends when like about a couple of years ago, I was living in a house with three other phenomenal women, and they one of them kind of noticed that I would struggle for like a long time just trying to do like a basic task that required maybe a second set of hands, and I just would not ask for help because it didn't come into my mind. Like maybe I needed someone to help me pull up my hoodie. Like I was living in Canada, maybe it's like the winter time and I can't reach something. I'll just struggle trying to get to the back, whatever. Like this is like an arbitrary example, but I would just prefer, or just not like consciously prefer, but I would just be inclined to struggle through getting the thing done instead of asking for help. And she kind of jokingly mentioned it one time. She was just like, oh yeah, like I was wondering when you were going to ask for help. Like we've been playing this game of like, guess how long it takes for you to like ask for assistance. And it really struck me that in a home that I was sharing with other adults, you know, like I had spent at least 6 years outside of my family, my upbringing, my household, and the conditioning of it. And that habit of doing things on my own because I couldn't rely on anyone else was still following me. It was still my default. And I have learned now to consciously give people, even if it's uncomfortable, even if it's not, even if it doesn't come easily, even if it doesn't come naturally, I have learned that when people have a desire to love you and they lack the opportunity, or to show their love for you, and they just lack the opportunity to do so, you asking for help to them is like, oh yeah, like it feels like a win. You know, when you have people that you love and you want to show up for them, and you just like, you don't want your friends to suffer. You don't want the people you care about to suffer in silence when they have a need. And that need could be, like as small as like, hey, can we like go out for ice cream? I just need a chat. Or, hey, are you available for a phone call? I've just got a lot on my mind lately. Hey, I need extra groceries. Like I need. I'm a little bit short on groceries this month. Could you help in that way? Like, it honestly could be anything. It's my dog. Okay, I'm gonna pause. All right. So this is a lesson on healthy interdependence, not codependence, interdependence. which we all need as human beings. We need to be connected to other people. We need to know that we can lean on other people when we're going through challenging times. It is not selfish. It is not needy. It is not demanding. It is just learning how to be in community, in connection, how to be interdependent with other folks. And especially if you've been raised in a very individualistic culture, society, community where people are like, you do you, I'ma do me. Again, like that also reinforces the notion of like, I have to do everything on my own, which is so unnatural to how human beings are designed. And is so contrary to our basic survival needs. One of the things that I learned just in my own healing process is that when you are very dysregulated, as in you cannot, put together one, your thoughts are just being bombarded with, how do I even describe it? Just doom and nihilistic things, intrusions, like when your body is in a state of panic and fear and just loud anxiety, and you can't seem to calm down. One of the most grounding things is just getting a hug, just being present with another human being, with another living being. It could be an animal. Like I have a dog right now, and honestly, she is saving my life, legit. But that need for connection, that need for mutually assured survival, that need for connection, for love, for safety, for emotional safety, in connection to another being, it will save your life. Okay? Do not suffer in silence. Anxiety, depression, shame, guilt, fear, it thrives in isolation. It thrives in isolation. And although you have been told that you're the one who has to meet all your needs, no man is an island. That does not come out of nowhere. We all need people. And if your early childhood experiences taught you that you couldn't rely on people, and you're carrying that belief, that habit as an adult, I want to challenge you to question that. I want to challenge you to try to set aside those assumptions and let people help you. Again, not everybody is going to, but the people who have shown themselves to want to, who have the desire to show up for you, give people a chance. Give people a chance to love and to see you in your vulnerability, because it can create really beautiful, meaningful connections, and it will surprise you. And you're going to learn the invaluable lesson that you are not alone, that you are not a burden, that you are worthy of time, effort. You are worthy of attention, of care, which I know the world around you did not affirm for you when you were younger, but you can let love in now. You can practice letting love in when you feel safe to do so now. I don't want to speak in circles, but I'm just hoping that this was helpful for you, and that you will continue to pursue this homecoming to yourself. You will continue, sorry for smacking my lips like that. This microphone is very sensitive. But that you will continue to pursue your wholeness. I am rooting for you. Please stay kind, yes, to others, but especially to yourself. Know that you are worthy of love, compassion, joy, and whatever else that you need to pour into you. And that God loves you, that you come here, girl, don't do that. Anyways, that's probably a sign that I'm rambling now. But yeah, I will see you in the next episode. Bye for now.